Welcome Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm Josh Coan.
I'm Carter Burquest.
Today we're talking about our Minnesota Vikings again. Case Keenum looked phenomenal for most of the game yesterday, but threw back-to-back interceptions late in the game and almost cost us the game. Did he earn enough in the beginning of the game to get another start, or are you ready to see Teddy in action?
Yeah, it's tough because honestly, for 95% of the game, he looked phenomenal and looked like, okay, you can't bench a guy that's playing this well at this point and having a career day. However, he quite literally threw away his chance at moving forward, possibly with two horrendous interceptions. I cannot emphasize how bad those interceptions were. They were nowhere near any, it was so bad. Teddy, I just think gives you another dynamic to this offense. And while Case has done extremely well, I think you really have to put a lot of credit on the offensive line, who's been phenomenal at this point. Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs are getting wide open, whether it's due to the fact that they're great receivers, which they are, and then as well as Pat Shurmur has designed a phenomenal offense that's getting people wide open. So with that being said, Case is doing his job in hitting open receivers, but I don't think that's anything Teddy can't. And so the fact that if he's just hitting open receivers, it's great, but I think Teddy just adds another dynamic. And I think sooner rather than later, you have to get Teddy in because he really gives you that chance to win a Super Bowl, which is obviously the ultimate goal.
Watching the game, I thought, first of all, my thought was, wow, Case looks really good. You can't bench him after this. He's playing phenomenal right now. I don't care what you think. If you think Teddy should be the guy, you can't bench Case after this. And then I thought, yeah, but Teddy would look even better in this offense. Like you talked about, giving credit to the offensive line, to Pat Shurmur, to Thielen and Diggs, who are not just good receivers, but great route runners to get that wide open. And then Case threw those interceptions. And to me, it was like, well, then there's your job. There's the job. It's Teddy's job again, because that's exactly what you get from a backup quarterback. You get flashes of really good football, but then also they make mistakes like that. And you can't afford to have Case lose a game for you. So if you wait too long, eventually he's going to lose a game for you. And then Teddy comes in, and where are you at? Are you trying to make a playoff run? Does Teddy have enough time now to shake off the rust before the playoffs? If you want to make a run to the Super Bowl and have the greatest story ever, to have Teddy lead us to a Super Bowl win at home would be phenomenal. Way to break that curse, you know? So I would say, did Case earn the job to start another week? I mean, yeah, maybe he earned one more week, but I think that leash has got to get shorter, and I would like to see Teddy play sooner rather than later.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm just kind of the decision making that be proactive about the change. I do think eventually Case is going to cost you a game. As well as he's played, I think you're kind of treading on thin ice. He is a backup quarterback, and he showed by those two terrible throws what can really happen. And so I think you proactively make that change before he really costs you a game, which we assume that Teddy's completely healthy, which they say he is, and I don't know why he wouldn't be. And then assuming that he's shaking off the rust and looks like Teddy Bridgewater in practice, which nobody will really ever know for sure, but from what people are saying, he does. And if that's the case, then I do think you need to get Teddy in there, get him rolling, and really ride Teddy all the way to hopefully home Super Bowl here in Minneapolis.
Yeah, and you can compare the numbers all you want. Teddy's numbers haven't been great, but this team's way better than anything has ever had. The offensive line, the offensive coordinator, the receivers around him, the defense is even better than they have been before. But also, comparing numbers doesn't take into effect the it factor that Teddy does have. And people can negate that all you want, but it's the intangibles on why Tom Brady was a 6th round pick and ends up being the best quarterback ever. It's because of those intangibles, the things you couldn't measure in the combine. And that's the stuff that Teddy has. I'm not saying he's the greatest ever, but he does have some of those intangibles.
That being said, I think you can, start Case Keenum next week. I wouldn't be upset. I personally think you got to roll with Teddy Bridgewater, though, but I'm not going to be upset if Case is the man next week.
Yeah, same here. All right, want to know what you guys think? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.